Poverty is a policy choice, and so is stimulus. That's our motto here on the Ron Yates channel. Welcome, and this is your $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and the latest daily news update. A just confirmed $1,100 stimulus check coming next week, the $200 plus SSI increase, and for our finale, the insider details on the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Get excited, guys. Eating, drinking, and even sleeping stimulus 24/7. This is the Ron Yates channel, your number one source for all things stimulus, the US economy, and of course, personal finance. Thanks for checking out the channel, and an even bigger thanks for hitting that like button. I'll be sure to make it worth your while with today's video. Confirmed $1,100 stimulus check coming next week. This is for the residents of the Golden State of California.
Hey everybody, it's Governor Gavin Newsom, and I'm incredibly proud of California's economic recovery. Close to an $80 billion operating surplus, and that's afforded us an opportunity to do something no other state in U.S. history has ever done, and that's provide over $12 billion of tax rebates. We call it the Golden State Stimulus, and I want you all to know upwards of $1,100 if you have dependents, $600 if you do not. Those checks are going out later this week. Look out for checks either in your mailbox or directly in your account. The Golden State Stimulus is on its way.
Drop a quick comment down below if you're watching this from all the way from California. Congratulations to you guys. I hope you guys are excited for your coming stimulus. The California Franchise Tax Board still says it anticipates most direct deposits will hit bank accounts between the beginning of September and October 15th. That is, as long as you've already completed and filed your 2020 tax returns. They also released a time frame for checks in the mail. Now, this is based on the last 3 digits of your zip code. 001 through 065, October 4th through October 22nd, 066 through 221, October 18th through November 5th, 222 through 302, November 1st through November 19th, 303 through 543, that's November 15th through December 3rd, 544 through 709, November 29th through December 17th, and 710 through 998, that is December 13th through December 31st. Now, just to be clear, the Golden State Stimulus is $600 per individual plus $500 going to people with at least one dependent. Now again, drop a comment down below if you guys are from California or any other state that has their own stimulus check coming out. We would love to celebrate the good news with you guys. And speaking of the golden stimulus, we have a very special giveaway in the link down below. It's our exclusive report on gold as an investment asset. We saw some of you guys have been asking, so we put it together for you guys. We're also not stopping our coverage of local stimulus checks anytime soon, as a lot of other states and areas are still deciding on how to spend their federal stimulus checks from the latest stimulus package back in March. Here's one example from Kalamazoo County, Michigan. The Kalamazoo County Board of Commissioners is holding a special meeting dedicated to gathering community input on how the government should spend approximately $51 million in federal stimulus funds. That is a lot of money, and if your county is holding a similar town hall meeting in your area, make sure you attend it and let them know you really want a stimulus check. Your area may be the next place we report about here on our stimulus channel. Another form of stimulus may be coming as well for our community members here on Social Security. Now here's the deal, guys. The Social Security Enhancement and Protection Act from House Representative Gwen Moore was just reintroduced last week, and it wants to raise your SSI to 100% of the federal poverty level. In 2021, the maximum monthly SSI benefit is $794 per individual or $1,191 per married couple. Now, if they do this bill, that means a 31% increase in your monthly SSI or an additional $246.14 per month. We're finally going to see that $200 SSI increase after all, right? And on top of that, the bill also wants to build a 5% increase for all beneficiaries once you reach your 20th year of retirement. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Now we can compare this with our other proposals on Congress's table right now, including President Biden's very own campaign platform. The other proposals want SSI at 125% of the federal poverty level. So, that's going to be a lot bigger. That's about $1,341 monthly for you guys. So an increase of $547 a month. Let me repeat that. An additional $547 a month. Really? If any of these proposals actually push through, we'll be golden. More updates coming soon, you guys. Have you checked out our channel's playlist on Social Security? It's in our channel's playlist section, so if you ever want to deep dive into our Social Security dedicated videos, they'll be right there waiting for you guys. Check it out right after this one. And let's keep the good times rolling, you guys, with our very own happy celebration of National Dog Day 2020. A lot of exciting stimulus news in this update. Perhaps the most exciting is the $3.5 trillion stimulus package in the works in Congress right now. This once-in-a-generation deal can be seen as much-needed expansion of human infrastructure in the United States. It promises paid sick and medical leave, Medicare expansion to cover dental, hearing, and vision, and lower eligibility age to probably about 60, and several other tax credits like the EITC and the CTC. House committees are working on it right now and will report back to House Budget Chair John Yarmuth before September 15th. But that doesn't mean that we can't get more insider details on it right now. The latest news that we have from Senate Budget Chair and stimulus hero Bernie Sanders. In an interview this week, Bernie Sanders said he wasn't interested in cutting the size of a $3.5 trillion spending plan that Democrats are starting to assemble. He said, and I quote, "I've already negotiated. The truth is we need more. The needs are there. This is, in my view, the minimum of what we should be spending." You know, I can still remember the call before about $6 trillion being the floor instead of the ceiling for this particular bill. So, I really hope that this time they mean it when they say that they're gonna get the $3.5 trillion. Bernie's working both inside and outside Congress to make this happen. His partner on the inside is no less than his fellow Brooklynite turned majority leader Chuck Schumer. Now, according to Schumer, Sanders is great at coming up with ideas and getting a movement behind it, but now he's proven to be a really good legislator as well. We've worked so closely together, we probably talk 4 or 5 times a day. I can always imagine these two talking on the phone all day saying, "You hang up first. No, you hang up first." No, I'm just kidding, but seriously. Now, as far as outside of Congress, Sanders is heading to some Republican strongholds to personally pitch the $3.5 trillion stimulus deal to the people. Now, according to him, while it would have no Republican support in Washington, Democrats, independents, and working class Republicans all over the country support our plan to finally invest in the long neglected needs of working families. I very much look forward to hearing some of them. And here's the best quote that I got from good old Bernie, right? "Every member of the Democratic caucus understands this is transformative for the American people, it's the right thing to do, and it's politically popular." Here's another popular thing that they're pushing to make stimulus happen: taxing corporations and billionaires. An org fighting for the fair taxes showed just how billionaires could contribute to make the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Breaking news: America's 708 billionaires are now worth $4.8 trillion after gaining $1.8 trillion, up 62% during the pandemic. That wealth growth alone could pay for over half of the Democrats' $3.5 trillion budget plan. Don't tell us we can't afford to invest in working families. This post comes from the Americans for Tax Fairness. Now, as you can see here, they point out how all these billionaires could pay for more than half of the stimulus package just by giving up their wealth during the loan. That's just a little over a year's gains for them to pay for people's sick and medical leave, tax credits, and expanded Medicare. I mean, even these billionaires themselves point out that they need to be taxed more. Here's Bill and Melinda Gates in one interview talking about it.
I think you can make the tax system take a much higher portion from people with great wealth.
70%? 70%?
Well, that's the ordinary income. These great fortunes were not made through ordinary income. So you probably have to the capital gains rate and the estate tax if you want to, create more equity there. So I think that's a great debate. I think if you go so far as to say that there's a total upper limit, that might have more negatives than positives. But I may have a distorted view of this.
You both go all around the world. There are a lot of places in the world where there are much higher tax rates, especially for the most wealthy. How does it work out in those countries?
Not necessarily that well. In fact, there have been many times where you're in France where they'll say, "Gosh, we wish we could have a Bill Gates. We wish we could have such a vibrant tech sector." But the taxes have been done there in such a way that it doesn't actually stimulate good growth. So we believe in a good tax system that should tax the wealthy more than low-income people. Yes,
that'd be
absolutely.
our view. We've been the biggest lobby. We've been lobbying in favor of increasing the estate tax. There was actually one year that was good to die in because there was no estate tax.
Oh, damn it, I missed it.
Yeah, you did. But that could be increased quite a bit. It's lower than it used to be, 55%.
We do believe that to whom much is given, much is expected. And that means you need to have a fair tax system that taxes the wealthy more than lower middle income. And you need to have a vibrant philanthropy sector. Philanthropy can never make up for taxes, but it is that catalytic wedge where we can try things, we can do innovations that you wouldn't want your government to do with tax dollars, but then it has to be government that scales up things like health or education.
That's right, guys. Even ultra-rich millionaires and billionaires themselves call for higher taxes to aid the recovery. 83 millionaires have signed an open letter calling for governments to impose higher taxes on the wealthy to help fund the recovery from the millionaires said that a huge debt was ode to those working on the front lines and highlight that essential workers were grossly underpaid for the burden that they carry. They warned of the need to rebalance our world before it's too late. There will not be another chance to get this right. Unlike tens of millions of people around the world, we do not have to worry about losing our jobs, our homes, or our ability to support our families. The signatories continued, adding that they were so much less likely to be victims of this health emergency. Together with them are the second and third richest people in the world, billionaires Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. In a post on his blog, Gates notes the billionaire advocated for higher estate taxes, and I quote, "We've updated our tax system before to keep up with the changing times, and we need to do it again, starting with raising taxes on people like me." Warren Buffett said, "Raising billionaires' taxes is the best way to help a guy who is a wonderful citizen but just doesn't have the market skills." Buffett has suggested that Congress expand income tax credits for low-income Americans, raising taxes on higher earners in the process. Other big names of the ultra-rich taxes include former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz, granddaughter of the Walt Disney Abigail Disney, billionaire financier George Soros signed the letter with his son Alexander Soros. Michael Bloomberg even ran with a raising taxes on the wealthy platform in his 2020 presidential campaign. So what do you think, guys? Am I making sense here? If the billionaires themselves are actually saying tax them, then why not just tax them, right? That way we can get all the stimulus that the American people deserve. And it's not like we're talking about taxing them beyond reason. It's more about taxing them for their fair share, as they say. Remember the ProPublica report that showed all of these billionaires not paying taxes at all in certain years? Here's a quick sample. In 2007, Jeff Bezos, then a multi-billionaire and now the world's richest man, did not pay a penny in federal income taxes. He achieved the feat again in 2011, and in 2018, Tesla founder Elon Musk, the second richest person in the world, also paid no federal income tax. Michael Bloomberg managed to do the same in recent years. Billionaire investor Carl Icahn did it twice. George Soros paid no federal income tax 3 years in a row. It's really hard not to push for wealth and corporate tax hikes when you see this kind of information, especially when you think of all the good stimulus, this hoarded money from the 0.001% this could be used for. And that is what we're going to be covering in our next news updates, these billionaire tax hikes, plus all of the stimulus that we're going to squeeze out of them for all of this. And if that sounds pretty good to you, then subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss a single update or video. And don't forget our free giveaway, the Insider Gold Report we got for all of you guys who are interested in following the footsteps of millionaires and the billionaires around the world. Remember guys, poverty is a policy choice and so is stimulus. And that's why we always give you the latest, most accurate updates on the $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and your latest daily news update, a just confirmed $1,100 stimulus check coming in the next week, the $200 plus SSI increase, and our finale, the insider details of the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out the channel. Also, thank you guys for lighting up the like button and making my day that much brighter. Really guys, I just want to thank you guys so much, and I'm excited to see you guys in our next big stimulus video. Don't miss a big stimulus video. Don't miss a big